evening to all of you, media persons and my beloved brothers and sisters and my two co-panelists. Before I begin, I would like to give my deepest condolences to the three pastors who have left us untimely because of the attack, the ambush by the gunmen, armed gunmen, and also my prayers for the injured people so that the Lord will heal them and they become strong again. Today I've been asked to speak on Impunity Watch, why perpetrators of the killings of three pastors, Kuki remain free. I think even before I begin with the three pastors, we have to know that for 3 years, how many Kuki people have died. That's more than 200 people, almost 300 people have died, and there are many women who have been raped, who have been molested, who have been paraded naked, who have been burned alive. But till now, the impunity is that till now for 3 years the state government or the central government has not made any arrest for the people who have been chopped, who have been burned alive, and who have been raped. So this is what we exactly call ourselves being persecuted and victimized in our land. So I think this is something which I really want to say before we talk about something which has happened after 3 years. We know that the killing, the ambush of the three pastors happened after 3 years and 10 days. That's on the 13th of May, 2026. And we know that the three pastors, one is a very senior pastor who is Reverend Dr. Bumthang Sitlo. He is the president of Thado Baptist Association India, and he is also the former General Secretary of Manipur Baptist Convention and prominent peace advocate. And the second pastor who passed away was Reverend Cargo Loon Lohum and Pastor Pauline Sitlo. They were ambushed and killed by armed gunmen in the Kampopi districts. And we know that there are still 4 pastors who have not luckily died, but they are still seriously injured and have been taken care of. These pastors, they have gone on a peace mission, visiting, previously they have gone to Nagaland also, and they have gone to, on that previous day, on the 12th of May, they were in Churachandpur, and they were returning from the first United Baptist Convention in Churachandpur, which focused on peace and reconciliation among the tribal Christian communities. Because we know that for 3 years there was a state-sponsored violence which was carried out by the village VVIGs, valley-based insurgent groups. And they were mostly the Arapai Tengol and the Meitei Lipun. So after that, sadly from 2026 February, I in fact would say that it's a continuation of the state-sponsored violence, because we know that there's already a buffer zone which has been created between the Meitei communities, Meitei area and the Kuki area. Now that the Meiteis are not unable to enter the Kuki areas, they have been trying to penetrate through the Tangkul side mainly, which has been inhabited by the Tangkul side, and who are mostly like NSC and IM, who have already signed a peace accord with the government of India. But the sad thing is that it is believed that the NSC and IM has been working with their proxy organizations, proxy groups to attack the Kuki-Zo people. And in a way, it seems to me that there's a continued state-sponsored violence, because what you have to know is that NSC and IM is a group which has been spearheading for a greater Nagaland, and they have already signed a accord in the 1990s with the government of India, and they have some ground rules where they cannot ambush people, where they cannot attack anybody. So, and the sad thing is that the ambush, they were traveling in two vehicles, and the ambush happened in a broad daylight. The ambush occurred around 10 to 11 a.m. between Kotsim and Potling villages. And one thing we have to know is that even if it happened in the Kuki villages, Kuki areas, doesn't mean that it's a huge stretch of land where anybody can just go and attack, so that like it's very easy to say that it's an attack between among themselves. So this is one thing which there's some propaganda saying that how can the NSCN or like its proxy groups go and attack, because it's in the Kuki area. But we need to be clear that it's a jungle, and anybody is free to go and target their attacks. And the victims, they are all pastors, they are unarmed church leaders returning from a religious and peace-focused gathering. And it's a clear targeting of civilians working for harmony. Here, I just like to focus that people keep on saying that the Kuki-Zos are not interested in peace or harmony, but then there are our religious leaders who have been working for the peace and harmony, so that there can be reconciliation, even though the pain which people have endured can always be somehow like there can be reconciliation among those people also. And we know that these triggered immediate tensions, including retaliatory hostage taking, further endangering peace. And just to highlight the role of the perpetrators, because it is alleged that the NSCN Kamson fraction, which is a proxy army of the NSC, who is supposed to be the proxy army of the NSC and IM. They have been alleged to have done this arm attack. And of course, it has been already condemned by the Kuki-Zo apex bodies, the Kuki in Manipur, the Kohur, and they have said that the alleged attack was carried out by the Zalianrong United Front in collusion with NSC and IM operatives and valley-based Meitei insurgents. So as I already highlighted, now that like the buffer zone is there, so these the valley-based Meitei groups are trying to find their way through some organizations where they can attack the Kuki-Zo people who are already who have already been protected by the buffer zone. And We should all know that while we say NSC and IM, we know that NSC and IM is under the ceasefire. It is bound by a formal ceasefire agreement with the government of India since 1997 with agreed ground rules, and these rules explicitly prohibit offensive operations, ambushes, raids, attacks, causing loss of life and property, and activities that disturb peace. And these violations may be not, if not directly or through a proxy organization, may undermine the agreement and the peace process. Despite these, repeated allegations of direct or indirect involvement in attacks on Kuki civilians persist, creating a climate of impunity. And now it seems like a proxy warfare and pollution. And the use of Naga splinter groups as fronts allows deniability while advancing broader agendas. This fits a pattern of exploiting and deepening divides between the Christian hill tribes, the Kuki and the Nagas. And as I've already mentioned, these all have been, these are all making attempts to pit Kukis versus Nagas. There have been concerted efforts by Metis groups and leaders, including former CM, to engineer divisions between the Kuki and Naga communities. We already know that the former CM Viren Singh has already claimed that the Nagas are the blood brothers of the Metis. So these divide and rule tactic seeks to weaken unified tribal resistance and prolong instability for political gains. And here we have to come back to the Arambai Kengal because it is alleged that there are presence of Arambai Kengal. As we know that Arambai Kengal since the 3rd of May 2023, for 3 years, the Arambai Kengal has been acting with impunity because no arrest has been made. They have openly brought out their arms. They have whatever has happened to the Kuki people in the Imphal Valley, where that's the reason why the Kuki people have said that it's a valley of death is because of the Arambai Kengal, which is supposedly founded by the Rajya Sabha MP, Mr. Sana Chauba and Biren Singh. So in 2022, and they are supposed to be a cultural organization, but they have become armed cultural organizations. And I need to come back because in Imphal Valley, we know that more than 6,000 automatic weapons were looted, and more than 1 lakh ammunitions were also looted. So where are they? Of course, like when the president's rule came in the year 2025, there was a drop box saying that please come and drop your weapons, but I don't think like all those automatic weapons have been dropped. So this is the scenario. Like I'm just coming back for people who have not really known about how the 3rd May incident happened. So there are allegations that Arambai Kengal cadres have been camping in Sikibung, Ukhrul districts, and operating in coordination with the NSC and IM. And this raises serious concerns about Metis armed groups expanding influence into Naga inhabited areas, potentially using local proxies. Such movements and alliances appear designed to fragment the Heal Unity, prevent joint peace initiatives like those the slain pastors were part of, and maintain Metis dominance in the state of Manipur while outsourcing violence. And why impunity persists? We know, I can name that, like, since May 2023, there are so many incidents, even in the Imphal Valley itself, like more than around 100 people have passed away. As I mentioned, like there are many women who have been raped, who have been molested, who have been, just recently also, like the girl who have been raped, and after that she passed away because of PTSD, and all those things have happened, and then no arrest have been made. No, this is the reason why, like the Arambai Bengal can continue with impunity, because they know that no law can touch them. And only from the Kuki side, Kukizo side, you can just go and see like how many arrests have already been made, and there are people who are languishing in the Tihar jail, and there are so many, even in the case of recently also, the NI have arrested 4 persons. So this is the reason why the Arambai Bengal, which is a Metis group who has been continuing to grow or go forward with impunity. Despite clear allegations, public outrage, and identifiable patterns, and no swift, transparent arrest or persecutions. And in these, I just want to mention that in the year in March 2024, we have written, we have sent a list and an annex where how many women have been arrested, how many women have been raped, and how many people have been burned alive. We have sent it to Sri Didi Patsal Gikar, and you know, the acknowledgement came to me on 24th April 2026, saying that we have, ma'am, we are acknowledging that we have received the letter which you have sent it to Sri Patsal Gikar, who was an IPS, like who was a DCP at that time, and it says that the matter remains under investigation. So after 2 years, I received the acknowledgement. So just imagine, so what type of impunity those perpetrators would have, that they can go ahead and keep on like killing people, or like try and target even innocent people, and then just bring, I just wanted to bring that, we should all know that in the Imphal Valley, more than 300 churches and synagogues were burned down. And now, after 3 years, pastors who have been going around for peace and reconciliations have been targeted, and who have been killed, and who have been injured. And here it raises a very serious question that what are the ceasefire ground rules violations? Let's say for the NSCIM, and which goes largely unaddressed, enabling continued operations undercover, lack of independent investigation, political interference, and selective enforcement create a culture of impunity. So it's always selective justice or selective injustice, either way. So we are getting two things: selective injustice as well as selective, and selective justice is for the Metis people, because where the perpetrators are getting justice. And this is part of a broader 3-year pattern since May 2023, repeated attacks on Kukis of civilians, churches and peacemakers with little justice. And what is the result? The result is erosion of trust, cycles of revenge and blocked reconciliation. And there's a broader implications and direct assault on peace efforts and Christian leaderships working with forums like Nagaland Joint Christian Forum and deliberate communal engineering to pit hill communities against each other. Threat to national security through proxy use and foreign fighter infiltration, and this undermines India's image and the possibility of lasting peace in Manipur. And to add to this, for 3 years we have been hearing that Kukis are illegal immigrants. And now after 3 years, that was chanted by the Métis. Now, sadly, the Naga brothers are chanting Kukis are illegal immigrants. Kukis are not at all illegal immigrants. We are part of India. We are the sons and daughters of the soil. And today, I just like to read out the verse of today, which has given me the strength to come forward. Please bear with me. It's Isaiah chapter 1 verse 17. Learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. Here, I'm here to plead the case of the widows, the pastors' wives, the 14 people who have been held hostage till today, and the many lives, more than 200 lives, people who have lost their lives since 3rd of May 2023, and I pray that justice will be delivered. And I thank all of you for your patient hearing, and thank you all, and I just hope and pray that peace will return and then everybody can live in peace. And thank you so much.